Thank you very much for joining me on this Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields, and you may have heard this term before, maybe not. A bomb cyclone, that's what this is. Now, I don't love that term. It's a term that's been around, but it's used a little bit to kind of grab a lot of attention these days, sometimes make things scarier than they are. But this is a bomb cyclone. Again, that's a tough term to go by, but you see this huge system here. This is the Pacific Ocean. You have Hawaii here, Canada, west coast of the United States, California, back through Mexico right there. So it is a large cyclone. That's a large storm system. It's not tropical in nature, but a bomb cyclone, those are pretty common in the Pacific. So again, it's the term is used almost sometimes to grab attention. But with that said, these do happen in the Pacific. That's when there's a pressure drop of 24 millibars in 24 hours. So simply, the storm is getting deeper or getting stronger very quickly. And that's what this is. So it's nothing to take lightly, but the term itself does sound a little scary. I want to get back to that and some of the rain that's bringing on shore and the flooding that is bringing to California. I'm going to cover that ahead, but let's bring you down into the Caribbean. A couple of the spots I'm watching. Again, late this week, we're watching, including today, I'm watching the heavier rain, Guyana and Suriname included, edging its way toward Trinidad Tobago. Rain chance gets a little higher, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, even Dominica, Martinique, and Barbados, and a better chance of spotty showers. The Virgin Islands, my friends in Puerto Rico, better chance of some showers. Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Antigua, and Barbuda. So a higher chance of rain, but the best chance of flooding, unfortunately, again, where we've been dealing with it, down toward Guyana. I'm going to break that down for you. Then up here, Western Caribbean, especially the Northwestern Caribbean, we're going to see a wind shift. I'm going to show you that front in the United States as expected. That is going to eventually bring winds more north and northeast, and that means some cooler nights as we get into this weekend. We're going to get some cooler nights in spots, parts of Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, over toward Cuba, Cayman Islands, and Jamaica, even north side of Haiti and the Dominican Republic, we'll get some cooler nights. But let me start with this. Guyana, again, 28 degrees Celsius today. That rain chance very high. I'm thinking of you. The poor drainage areas that you have seen flooding over the last few days, please use some extra caution. More rain on the way. I'm going to keep you posted on that. Please, if you're in Guyana, leave the comments. If you're in Suriname, let us know what's going on where you are. Gusty winds out of the east as well. But watching the flooding in Guyana, been kind of highlighting this surge of moisture over the last several videos, and that's coming. Now you get just to the north, Trinidad and Tobago, not nearly as much, and we haven't had as much as a whole in Trinidad and Tobago, but Port of Spain today, we could get some of those passing showers around. Rain chance about 50%, so the rain chance is bumping up elsewhere in the Caribbean. But you see right now, there's the cloud cover, Guyana, Suriname, northern Venezuela looking at you too, and some of the clouds kind of streaming back closer to Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Grenada, St. Lucia, Barbados. So a lot of moisture is about to pull in, and that's why we're going to see that higher flood threat that I was just highlighting. Not as much right now in the Western Caribbean. You see that right there? That's the tail end of the front that is going to bring that wind change. So I show you kind of a wide view, but it's all tied together in what's going on. Even some extra cloud coverage. You get over toward parts of Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, we'll have those passing showers for today. So here's that bomb cyclone I was talking about. I'll get into that. Here's what we're seeing over toward the eastern United States. This right here is the front, the leading edge of it, that cloud cover that is draping down toward Mexico. But this front itself is a pretty strong one that's moving through the southeastern United States. And with it, the possibility of severe weather, actually likelihood, because we've already had it. Tornado warnings all morning long, parts of the panhandle of Florida. This is Florida, if you're not familiar with this area. Panhandle here, you have Mississippi, Alabama. Alabama's been seeing some severe weather. Most of it now working into Georgia up toward the Atlanta area. That's where there's been some flooding today with that. And then again, watching over toward eastern Tennessee, working into the Carolinas, seeing some rain. But Alabama, this is clearing us. But I want to bring this up too, because again, you see the rain and storm stretching all the way back into the Gulf of Mexico. So the choppier seas here, a lot in the way of choppy seas, some strong weather back through here. And the severe threat is on the higher side again today. for South Carolina. This yellow shading here, South Carolina, parts of Georgia into North Florida. That's where there's the severe threat. But again, the tail end of this front all the way down to parts of Mexico by the Yucatan, and then sliding off toward the Bahamas. See a few showers in the Bahamas tomorrow, thinking of you, and then eventually over toward Bermuda. But as this front passes by, that is going to shift those winds in the northwestern Caribbean. That's what I was talking about, bringing some cooler nights. Now, I mentioned that bomb cyclone, that kind of scary term, but there is serious weather that is going to happen again in California. It's been very unfortunate, that rain moving in. Let me throw on some of the watches, warnings. You see all these brighter colors here. So there's a lot in the way of watches and warnings out toward California. More in the way of higher terrain snow, but flooding a big issue. And I'm going to keep an eye on Mexico too for that chance of flooding. And you see all the watches and warnings across the United States. Some flood advisories up toward the northeast. This here, a tornado watch for that threat with those storms that are moving by, just leaving Alabama, moving into Georgia, South Carolina, and North Florida today. But that is the same front that will bring some slightly cooler air back into the northeastern Caribbean. Now let's get back to the rain and get back to some of the wet weather that is going to bring the flooding. This is unfortunate. Again, Guyana, Suriname. So right by Georgetown, we're going to see heavier rain. You see the yellows there? That means heavier rain, where we could easily get 50 to 100 millimeters of rain. So you're looking at 2 to 4 inches of rain in spots, Suriname, and you see a little more green later in the day. And then by tomorrow, here's your time frame. This is Thursday, 2 p.m. So that's Eastern time. So Atlantic time, Atlantic Standard Time, that would be about 3 p.m. But you see a better chance of rain even tomorrow near Trinidad, Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and the ABC Islands in Jamaica. Watching us, of course, but we kind of been in between. But even Aruba, Curacao, Bonaire, I was talking about that 2 videos ago. That we'd see a better chance of some showers. Then pulling out into Friday to show you what's next. Spotty showers, Antigua and Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, back through Puerto Rico. And the rain chance picks up a little bit near Honduras and Nicaragua by the time we get into Friday. See that? My friends in Jamaica, Kingston, Falmouth may get a shower or storm. Haiti, Dominican Republic, because you also have that front that's up to the north that dives down. So Turks and Caicos, Bahamas, scattered showers. So we've got stuff here pulling in, and we've got that front to the north, and that's why there is that increased chance of rain. But again, a serious situation in Guyana and Suriname with that flood threat and some of that spilling over to other parts, especially as we work our way into the eastern Caribbean. Belize today, again, the rain chance kind of settled, slight chance of a passing shower. Otherwise, a very nice day. 83 degrees Fahrenheit, 28 degrees Celsius. We work our way elsewhere, taking it around Jamaica. That rain threat gets a little bit higher later this week, but right now today, 20% chance, very warm again. 87 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius. St. Lucia, 28 degrees today, 30% chance of a shower, but picking up spotty showers, kind of making a run at us. With that easterly flow, that breeze draws in the showers. A lot of moisture to the south, so we're going to start to get some of those spotty showers even tomorrow. Same thing in Barbados, 30-40% chance today, but tomorrow, more like a 40 to 50% chance of some of the showers as we get back toward Barbados. Beautiful shot there of Dominica. So the rain chance going up in our eastern zones, cooler nights in our northwestern zones with that front that'll slide by. But again, watching Guyana and Suriname in particular for that flooding. Let me know in the comments. And then some bigger systems mid-January, with that big storm system rolling in, that's what I led with, into California, and there's more behind it that are going to kind of dive down. We could have some stuff spinning out there in the Atlantic, some storm systems, not tropical in nature, but that will spin up the waters. So I'll be watching out for a choppy Atlantic. So a lot to cover. It is busy. This pattern's been crazy since early last hurricane season, and the general kind of crazy pattern does continue. So I'm tracking it for you, doing the best I can. Let me know what's going on in the comments where you are. Please be safe in Guyana and Suriname. Keep an eye on us in Trinidad and Tobago, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.